Okay, today we're going to start a new unit on probability. So let's call these notes theoretical probability. Okay. So by the end of this, we should be able to find the likelihood of an event. Or another way to say that would be find the chance of something happening. Okay? So probability, think about how it's similar to the word probably. So I'm probably going to go to the store tonight, or I probably won't work out tomorrow. Okay, those are really similar. So if you need help, think of it that way. Probability is the likelihood or the chance that something will happen. Okay, and so we can calculate this mathematically. An example would be the chance of it raining tomorrow. There's a 30% chance it rains tomorrow. That's probability. It can be written as a fraction, decimal, or percent. Okay. So below, right down here, we have this chart that kind of helps us understand what the numbers mean. So on the left, we have impossible. Okay, so that would be a 0% chance. Anything that's from 1% to 49%, that would be unlikely. So it probably won't happen, but it could. So let's fill this down in here. So 0% is impossible. 1% to 49% is unlikely, but it could happen. 50% is this middle spot right here. It's equally likely. Or equally unlikely. Okay. Then anything that's from 51% to 99% is likely. And then something that's probably going to happen 100% probability is certain. So it's definitely going to happen. Okay. So just a little chart to reference to help us. Okay. So let's practice describing the likelihood of things. So this first one, there's an 80% chance of rain. Describe the likelihood that it will rain. Well, it is 80% falls somewhere over here. So that would be under the likely. It is likely to rain. Okay, this one. There's 50% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. Describe the likelihood of it storming today. Well, this statistic describes tomorrow, not today. So let's put impossible. That it will storm today. Because based on that number, that's not today. Okay. And then this one, there's a 50% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. Describe the likelihood that of it storming tomorrow. So we can use this number since those happen at the same time. 50% falls right here in the middle. So it is, this tells me what to label it, equally likely or unlikely that it will rain tomorrow. Okay, so it could happen, but it also has the same chance of it not happening. That's why we put likely or unlikely. Okay, so how do people get these numbers? How do they know that there's an 80% chance of something happening or a 50% probability of something happening? Well, there's this thing called theoretical probability, which is the chance of something happening that we expect to happen. Okay, so let's say there's an 80% chance of it raining tomorrow. That's really, really likely that might happen. It probably will, but it could possibly not, because you know the weather's somewhat unpredictable, okay? We know a little bit what's coming, but it's not always perfect. So this is why it's what we expect. Okay, and then the probability, so this means probability. Oops. Of the event, so whatever we're expecting to happen, is the number of desired outcomes, so the number of times we have the thing we're looking for divided by the total number of possible things. So there's 3 red, 2 blue, and 5 green marbles in a bag. What's the probability you choose a green marble? Well, we're looking for the probability of green equals, well, right here it says that there's 5 green marbles. So 5, because that's what we want, divided by the total number of marbles, which is 3 plus 2 plus 5, which is 10. And like we said at the beginning, I can write the probability as a fraction, a decimal, or a percent. So this would be 0.5, which is 50%. So those are all ways of saying probability of the green marble. Okay. Then the probability for this one, what's the probability of a not blue marble? So probability of not blue, just going to put not be. Okay, we already know that there's 10 marbles total. Ones that aren't blue would be red. There's 3 of those. And then the green, which has 5. So 8 out of 10. If I reduce, I can divide those both by 2. That gives me 4 out of 5, which is 0.8 or 80%. So if you're pulling a marble from the bag, there's an 80% chance that it won't be blue. And last but not least, the probability of red or blue out of 10. I'm going to add the number of red with the number of blue. So 3 plus 2, which is 5, which is 0.5, which is 50%. Okay, either one of those work.